Hello, hello, and welcome to this practice of rest, this monthly practice of rest. My name is Marte, and I'm very passionate um, of slowing down, of doing little, and also very passionate to have a community. I feel that when we do things with other people, we are more motivated to do them. And I was saying before, that in the next couple of months, I will keep the same schedule, but maybe at the beginning of the year, something will change. We will add more classes, and I will make sure to include in this community of rest some classes that are live with some suggestions, maybe of things that you prefer to do. Because I've discovered that when we do practices live, we go and do them. And when there are recordings, we sometimes don't do them. But with that said, I checked before that my sound, it's okay. I'm going to go a bit behind where my mat is. And as you can tell, I have just four pillows, very little. I am in the Queensland. It's supposed to be spring, but summer. So I am already with very little things on top of me. So I will try to make the practice as light and cooling as possible. In this month of October, I'm focusing on the concept of time as a space that we inhabit. And if it works, let's just start breathing and grounding. You see, I usually have my legs supported. So I'm going to show you how do I cross my legs that is very easeful on the legs. So just one cushion under each knee. I'm not super crossing the legs, so there's blood flow and circulation to the legs. So bring your hands to touch in front of you. Easy, relax your shoulders, lean a little bit back. And with your hands touching, create space in between your hands, breathing in. Simple as that. Exhale, bring hands together to touch in front of you. You're gonna do that 3 more times. Inhale, separate hands, breathe it in. Exhale, bring hands to touch. And notice the vibrations of the hands. See if you're opening yourself to something as you breathe in. Landing, arriving into this moment as you breathe. Let's do 2 more. This is feeling very soothing. See if you can close your eyes. Follow your breath, spacing between the hands, creating space in your heart, in front of you as you're breathing. Exhale. Notice that gentle slowing down, hands gently, gently approaching each other as the exhale ends. Last one. Inhaling, deep breath in. Exhaling, deep breath out. That's it. Keep hands touching. Maybe you close your eyes. Maybe you have the cast down looking at your hands. And it's always a good practice to allow the space, the moment of rest, to be bathed in gratitude. So think in someone or something that it's lately working to your liking, lately going not too bad. And allow yourself to be grateful for something, for someone. It's the end of the day. I have some birds in my window. I'm grateful for that. Let's easy, easy start with our first shape. Open the eyes if you have them closed. Bring hands beside you. And we will start right away on the floor. We will need 3 pillows. One for the side of the ribs, the other one for the head, and the other one for the legs. I'm going to show you how it looks, and then you will decide maybe like a pillow and a half if you want more support. So we are bringing this arm in between the first and the second pillow. If this pillow is a little bit low, you can fold it and let the head rest. You see, and there's this gentle squeezing of the ribs that is happening with those 2 pillows. And then we're placing that second pillow, third pillow in between the legs. Very easy, nothing much, but slowly, slowly, there's something here in the shoulders that is resting towards the floor. There's this activation of or squeezing of the ribs. We'll be here for 2 or 3 minutes, so I hope that you're finding a way to get into this that feels good. And as you're here, and as we're all here in this practice, we are noticing the bottom ribs expanding when you're breathing. The bottom ribs softening as you breathe out. That's it. And then notice the top ribs. Notice the breath in that space. Deep breath in. And easy breath out. Nothing much. See if you can relax the head, soften through the jaw, relax through the cheeks, and easily allow the body to melt into the support that you are receiving. And as we're here, you might not listen to my breath, but I'm going to try to mimic a sigh. So through the nose, let's have a deep breath in. Open mouth in. Ah, sigh. First couple of minutes of the practice are good moments to land more and more, over and over, acknowledging where you are, the practice that is happening here. In a little bit of quietness, we have one more minute, minute and a half, just here. Breathing through the bottom ribs, through the top ribs. Awareness of your breathing and awareness of the intentional softening that is happening here. Sometimes relaxation is not possible. We're close to it sometimes. So just allow yourself to be in this 30 minutes that you've chosen to be here, breathing in and easily breathing out. Then we will transition out of the shape with a lot of care, very slowly, just pressing one hand on the floor, rolling a little bit in and lift it to the chest. We will use the opportunity to just lie down on our backs. I'm going to get rid of almost all of my pillows, but I will keep one pillow for the back of the heart. So this one, it's small. If you have a bolster, maybe you have a small bolster or perhaps even a folded blanket. I'm gonna show you where we're going. I will bend a little bit my knees because I usually have sensitivities in the lower back. So I'm just letting this pillow be. But as you can tell, I'm chinning so that my scaps, my shoulders are touching the floor. This gentle, gentle opening of the chest. I'm keeping my knees bent and my knees together. Maybe after a little bit here, I will stretch the legs. Yeah, that feels good. And then opening the arms. So we are in a Savasana shape with a very gentle opening of the heart. I'm going to even shimmy a little bit higher so that my shoulders, the back of the neck, it's not stretching too much. That's it. And we'll be here again for a couple of minutes. Have a timer here. And as we find the second shape, before we find the next one, notice the side of the body where the pillow was before. See if you can find any subtle differences between left and right side of the body. And then let yourself rest in this technology of your body recalibrating where it is as you are. Staying close to the awareness of the breath. Easy to notice the floating ribs, the front ribs expanding when you breathe in, softening when you breathe out. Even letting something in the back ribs, in the upper back and the lower back rest into the floor, into that gentle, gentle support. We're breathing and awareness of relaxation here. One full more minute. Stay where you are. Just notice this softening through the jaw, this gentle opening through the lips. Stay. Softening something through the cheeks, the forehead. And like a gentle wave from the tips of the toes, breathe in all the way up to the crown of the head. And like a wave of breath from the crown of the head, all the way down to the tips of the toes. Time is yours. In time, on time, from the toes, breathing in all the way up to the crown of the head. From the crown of the head, breathing out all the way down to the tips of the toes. You will now slowly, slowly, I like to bring hands to the belly, to the chest, like collecting myself here. Then bend each of your legs one knee at a time. I am rolling over into the same side. You can roll over into your second side. Because if I roll to this side, you can see me. And we're coming to that second side of the three pillows thing. I'm coming to this other side so that you can see me. One pillow for the side, one pillow. I have this pillow for the head, and one pillow in between the legs. But I had a pillow and a half on this side. Now I remember. We just find space between those two pillows for, or maybe you have a bolster here, or maybe a block, an arm in between. And I'm making sure that this side is as comfortable as the first. I did fold it a little bit, this first pillow, so that my shoulder can rest better, so that my neck is happy. Just let that arm rest beside you, or maybe in front of you, depending on how your neck is feeling. And let the sweetness of the second side meet you with much more intention, leaning into the support of that bolster under the lower ribs, with the bottom ribs, and then a wave of those top ribs expanding when you're breathing. More space to relax, that's in quietness. And you're just noticing your breath, your body is touching time by touching the present moment. Awareness of your breath, awareness of relaxation. We have 1 more minute here. Deep and long breath into the nose. Open mouth and side out. And after that, just like that, and just like this, deep breath in through the nose. Open mouth and side out. Slow, slow. Press that top hand on the floor. Lift a little bit to the torso. We will keep two of our pillows, just moving things around all the time. And my intention is for us to lift a little bit the legs up towards the ceiling. I think I'm going to do it just with one pillow, will be enough. And what I usually like to do, if you have a bolster, is to sit over the bolster so that there's like less shimming more if you are already very relaxed. And let's start with a little bit of a supported bridge. Notice that the lift of the hips is very gentle. You can make it a little bit bigger. And then see how we go. I didn't really plan too much this outfit. And see if we can lift the legs just for a couple of breaths. It is very hot today where I'm at, so it's a very cooling practice, very little effort. And see if you can bring your arms also up and towards the ceiling. Soften something through the face. Really notice what's happening in the toes, in the fingers. 3, 4 more rounds of breath, letting something settle here. Now here, a deep and long breath, and we're coming to a close with the shade so that we can find a more comfortable place to rest. Deep breath in through the nose. And we're sighing it out. If it's possible, if it's accessible, maybe hug a little bit the knees towards you and rock gently side to side as if we were massaging the lower back. Very good for the digestive system, giving signals to the rest of the body that we are truly enjoying this rest. 1 foot at a time, find the floor, 1 foot, and then the other foot. And we're coming into Savasana. I don't have a bolster. I'm placing my lower back on the floor, and I'm using this pillow. And even though I don't like to move too much, but another pillow is necessary. I'm bringing 2 pillows, one under each of my knees to mimic a bolster. Imagine that I have a bolster traversing the backs of the legs, stretching through the arms, stretching through the legs, and we are in pure Shavasana territory. We have 4 full minutes here. Even if you are live or in the recording, allow yourself to drift and get lost a little bit in where you are. Just letting the body rest and be assured that by the time that the space that we're spending here, I will let you know that it's time to come back. Hmm. Awareness of your breath, awareness of your body here, relaxed, lying down on the floor. Stay where you are. Just start to bring some awareness to the toes, awareness to the fingers. You might stay here and continue resting. You might close the circle of practice. But if you're in the recording and you might want to stay for a little bit longer and just linger in the shape, go ahead. If you're awakening, maybe bring arms up and over the head and just give yourself a big stretch, 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 and a deep breath in. Open mouth and let it go. It might feel nice to hug both of the knees towards your chest one at a time. Maybe rock a little bit side to side, smoothing any creases in the skin. And see if you want to roll over into one of your sides. Just stay there for a moment with an arm as a pillow. Breathe into the back of the heart and gently letting it go. When you're ready, pressing one hand on the floor, making your way up more or less into a seated posture. I'm using my pillows to support my knees, or perhaps you have a bolster there. And let's see if we can bring hands, if you are Awakening, hands in front of you. And as we did before, maybe with eyes closed or relaxed, inhaling space in between the hands as you breathe in, opening. Exhaling, gently closing and bringing palms to touch in front of you. Perhaps grateful and allowing this open heart to receive rest as you breathe in. And exhale, landed, relaxed in your body as you breathe in. Slow, slow. One more just like that. Inhaling, opening your heart, the space, this time. Exhale, landing, arriving, grounding in your body. Hands together as you bow to yourself in appreciation for making the time, for taking this space. That's it. And I salute you. Deeply grateful for your practice. And until next time, hopefully next month. And namaste. Close.